Tulsa King Season 3 Episode 6, Bubbles.
Where is he? Where is he? Or is this a message that I'm gonna disappear next?
Slowly begins to correct its course and repair itself from the self-inflicted damage its last few episodes have left on the once great gangster series. Although the series still struggles to maintain balance this season, carrying too many supporting arcs and not one, but two, main villains, Bubbles, possesses a focus and precision that Episode 4 and Episode 5 severely lacked. The increased presence of Quiet Ray, played by James Russo, in the latest Tulsa King episode certainly ups the ante and makes it gripping TV once again. Mitch and Cleo's Bonnie and Clyde dynamic is also as entertaining as it has ever been this season, adding in assaulting a police officer charged to Mitch's laundry list of misdeeds. There also seems to be some sparks flying between Bodie and Grace, while Cole Dunmires' desperation for his psychotic father's approval reaches an all-time high. The loose approach to the storytelling this season is still not doing Tulsa King any favors. The notes of humor land more effectively in Bubbles, which nearly brings the series back to its Season 1 heyday. Among a variety of car scenes featuring road trips and phone calls, we discover that Special Agent Russo is holding Bevilacqua in custody for reasons yet to be explained, and Armand, who has been missing all season, is declared dead by suicide without much emotional impact. Quiet Ray proves to be a more formidable threat than Dunmire. This episode really started picking up when Dwight took his meeting with Quiet Ray. After sharing a laugh about the prospect of being inducted into the Gangster Hall of Fame, Ray and Dwight were at each other's necks before Cole and his goons started firing on them. Now that Ray thinks Dwight set him up, he's proving himself to be a much bigger threat to Dwight than the increasingly dim-witted Dunmires, who went from burning houses down to calling health inspectors. One of the more annoying aspects of Tulsa King is that Dwight has a superhero-like invisible shield around him that prevents him from ever getting hurt. I'm struggling to recall a single scene in which Dwight got hit in the entire series. When Quiet Ray grabbed Dwight's wrist and threatened him straight to his face, Dwight was truly humbled for the first time ever in the series. Even though the Dunmires were the ones spraying bullets at the end of the episode, Quiet Ray holds the true power over Dwight. With that in mind, the Dunmires are becoming more and more intolerable as TV villains. Cole is monumentally unlikable and driven by such desperation that it's just becoming pathetic. We can all agree to forget that random act of kindness that Cole did to protect Spencer, perhaps the most underutilized supporting character in the show's history, and the bizarre attempt at a romantic flair between them that felt copied right out of last week's latest daytime soap opera. I'm still rooting for Tulsa King Season 3 to get it together. Tulsa King used to feel like a guilty pleasure old-school mob show, and lately it's been feeling like both a chore and a letdown. If it weren't for Quiet Ray coming through with some formidable villain energy in clutch time, I would start questioning whether this series could realistically continue to the end of its planned 4th season. Tulsa King Season 3, Episode 6 started to get back on the right track because it narrowed its focus on its most interesting and familiar characters. Russo, whose entire presence in the series so far has been perplexing at best, was hardly seen, as was the case for Thresher, who made a strong Season 2 antagonist but doesn't have much purpose in Season 3, which literally has two big bads already, along with an obnoxious little one. The best-case scenario for the remaining 4 episodes of Tulsa King Season 3 would feature the beef between Dwight and Quiet Ray reaching drastic levels to the point where Dwight is affected like never before. The Dunmires don't have what it takes to knock Dwight off his pedestal and are really just the equivalent of nagging flies trapped in the house at this point. Dwight is starting to feel like a broken record with how many times he says this Montague bourbon venture is the biggest opportunity of his life. A guy like Quiet Ray is the perfect person to hit Dwight with a reality check, one that will rearrange his priorities very quickly. After so much effort was made to rekindle his relationship with his daughter last season, she is also nowhere to be found in Season 3. If this show is still as smart as it was in past seasons, Quiet Ray will be going straight for Dwight's daughter, Tina, the second he gets back to New York. At this point, this is the only story progression that I would consider both natural and compelling, even if that means dropping the whole whiskey business and Dunmire feud altogether. Another episode of road trips and silly car conversations is not going to cut it. Next week's Tulsa King episode could very well make or break this Sheridan series.